What's going on, everybody? We are back. We are the Social Experiment. My name is Carlos. You can find me on Instagram and all other social platforms at Breakout Los. I'm accompanied by my good guy here.
I'm Matt. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok, mat.lpz.
And today we have a very special guest. It's one of my brothers. I'm extremely grateful that he made it out here, took the time out of his busy schedule. I'm sure you've seen him on TikTok, truck driving and doing all kinds of funny stuff, man. We got Nino in the building, everybody. Let's go.
Thank you for having me, bro. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, man, we started off, as you guys could tell, like I always start off, I'm sweating.
It's been a hectic day, to say the least.
Oh, it's been insane.
To say the least.
It's been insane. This is the first time we do 2 pods in one day, but...
You could tell by the way, what I'm wearing.
Oh yeah,
it's the first time for everything.
He played me because I came in and I'm like, oh, you changed?
I changed, bro.
I'm like, damn, everyone's gonna know I'm still in the same clothes.
The same clothes.
Yeah, but yeah, my good guy Alex came through and we've been sipping, man. So we're a little loose, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Hell yeah, bro. So how you been, bro? How's everything with you, man?
Chilling, dude. I've been pretty good. Just posting on YouTube, chilling.
Throwing everything up on your social platforms,
yes,
huh?
Sir.
Nah, yeah, man. I see you going crazy, man. I see you going crazy on the TikTok. That's how I found out about you. Then I noticed that you started going into YouTube and now Instagram, and you're starting to push all that social media platform in a sense. But I want to take it back a little bit, brother. I feel like you and I honestly just met as of this year or last year. I'm sorry. And I feel like, you know what I mean? Oh, say it again.
I think it was this year, no?
I don't know when it was. You pulled up when you were at Disneyland to the shop. When you guys came to Disneyland.
That was last year. Oh, it was last year.
We're like 3 months in. So we'll say last year. I've been knowing my guy since diapers. And I'm just kidding. But yeah, brother, where are you from originally, man?
I'm from Dinuba, California. So it's a little town in the Central Valley.
Orale.
Not too crazy. It's a little small town.
Yeah.
In the middle, literally in the middle of Fresno, Los Angeles, North Bay area. So right in the middle of everything.
Smack dab of California.
Yeah, literally.
Holy crap. Okay, so you're born and raised there and everything?
Yes, sir. I've been, I was born in Fresno, but raised in Dinuba, California.
And how big is that town? Because honestly, I've never heard of it until I met you.
It's small. It's probably like 10,000 people. And you searched it up, didn't you? You searched it up, huh?
I did search it up because I'm like, let me see where exactly he's at. And he wasn't lying. He was literally right in the middle of California. But it is a small town. Like once you start zooming out, it disappears.
Yeah, honestly, bro. Like when he had told me where he's coming, I'm just like, where the fuck? Now zoom. I'm like, oh, there's Fresno. Yeah, that's the closest
and that's, bro. Whenever people ask like, where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'll say Dinuba, and they'll be like, huh? Where the hell is that? I'm like,
overseas,
closer to Fresno. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, we know Fresno.
I was like, yo, this fool got to be from out of state or something.
Yeah, no, literally right in the middle of the whole North Cal. South,
yeah.
What is it like growing up in that area, though? I mean, because I'm sure you've already come down here quite a bit, and then towards like the Bay Area. So what is it like growing up in that?
It's completely different than coming down here and going up north, bro. It's so small that I feel like everyone kind of knows each other. So it's like it's a little tiny town where you kind of know everyone.
Got you.
So it's completely like whenever we come out here and then I go back over there, I'll notice that I'll be driving like how everyone drives out here, and she's like, "Why are you driving like that?" It's like completely different.
I feel like it's more fast paced over here.
Oh yeah,
everyone has somewhere to be. If you're in the way, get out the way. And over there, I'm assuming with a very small town, everyone's just at their own pace.
Yeah, like here to get somewhere, you have to be on the freeway. You got to get on the freeway. Over there, you can literally just drive down the street. You get to where you need to go. It's quick and easy. You don't have to worry about traffic or anything like that.
No, hell yeah.
Small little town.
Got you, brother. So yeah, man, you grew up there. You know what I mean? Your family and everything, and then you started. You eventually went to high school. You went to high school out there and everything too.
Yeah, I've been there since I was born.
So you went to high school. Do you have any college in you, brother?
1 year. I did 1 year, and then my wife was pregnant the whole time. She got pregnant like literally right after I graduated high school. So I did college 1 year.
Yeah.
And then by the time we had our son, it was already summertime almost. So I finished college, and then I was like, okay, I was working at McDonald's at the time. So I was like, okay, now I need to get an actual job so I can support this little guy and her.
The goat.
Yeah, that guy right there.
So how did, I guess we'll go back a little bit. How did you and your wife meet, man?
On Twitter.
On Twitter?
Yeah, on Twitter, bro. Back in 2012. It was 2011, right? And then we kind of started talking more 2012.
Who slid in the DMs?
I did. Oh, I slid in the DMs, bro, and she ignored me.
She was playing hard to get.
She had a boyfriend at the time.
Hey,
she had a boyfriend at the time.
Yep.
So I slid in, and she ignored me. And then probably a couple weeks passed by, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna try again. I slid in again, and then she wrote back to me, and she still had a boyfriend at the time. But
she's like, this guy doesn't matter.
Yeah, we gonna mention him. He don't matter no more. Yeah. Damn, that's what's up. So you guys met on Twitter?
On Twitter, bro. Yeah.
I met my girl through friends. You know what I mean? Because I'm really close to her cousins. I'm sure if you guys watch this video, you guys seen this, but I'm really close to her cousins. And then I knew of her because of her cousins, her guy cousins. Same thing. I send the DM through Snapchat though.
Oh, okay.
You know, so keep it a little low key. You feel me? And then yeah, so it's funny to hear. I love hearing everyone's like origin story, how you guys met, especially with social media now. It's not like back then, like, oh, we met at a bar and I walked in. Like, no, social media. I stood in the DM and I shot my shot and I made it.
I failed at first, but I kept trying, and now we're here. 3 kids later.
You're gonna miss every shot you don't take.
Yeah,
exactly,
that part, bro. Hell yeah, dude. So you got with your girl at what age did you guys get to? 2011. So you were.
So I met. Okay, so
let's just do it.
Yep. I met her when I was 13. But when I was 13, and I started talking, I messaged her, and she asked me how old I was, and I lied to her because she was old. She's older than me. She's a year older than me. So I told her, I was like, I'm 14, but I was really 13 at the time. And then so we met when we were 13, and I lied to her. I told her I was 14. Yeah. And then we kind of just after that we kept chopping it up a little bit, talking a little bit, and then eventually we kind of started liking each other. And I invited her over to my birthday party, and then that's when she realized, like, you lied to me. You're 14. You're probably gonna be 14. I thought you were already 14.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was 13 when I met her.
Okay, so you were like exiting 8th grade, freshman year, high school, right?
No, I was already a freshman.
13. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was a freshman already in high school, and we kind of just chopped it up a little bit.
Did you guys go to the same school?
No, she was from a different little town. She was 15 minutes away. So we can't. That's how. Yeah.
That's how you kept it low. They're like, I'm 14.
Orale. So then you got with your girl, brother, and then your whole high school career. I'm assuming you guys essentially are high school sweethearts, but you guys were at different schools.
No, yeah. So yeah, we're literally high school sweethearts.
So then after that, bro, so you graduate high school, and you mentioned right now you did a year in college, and then eventually you got her pregnant, right?
Yeah.
How was that feeling? Being so young, so you're like 18, right?
Yeah, I literally had just graduated high school, bro. Right when I found out she was pregnant, I graduated, and 2 months later, we found out she was pregnant.
Dang.
I thought you were gonna ask, how was that feeling getting her pregnant? I thought, like, where you going with it?
It was good.
It's amazing.
I'm pretty sure it felt great.
No, hell no. No, I could only imagine, bro, because when I had my son, I found out my girl was pregnant when I was 21.
Oh, okay.
I was still fairly young, I feel.
It's more of a normal age.
Yeah, but you were 18.
Freshly out of high school, bro.
Damn. How was that, bro? How was that?
It was scary, dude, because I remember I was working at McDonald's, and I just remember being... I worked in the grill area, so I was like, dude, how am I going to do this? Like, I have a kid on the way. My mom doesn't know. Yeah. And I was just like, how am I going to do this? I was just really stressed out about the whole situation.
Oh, man, I can only
That was
imagine.
all in real time. The burgers are just cooking up. They're all
Yeah, bro,
they're all smoking. He's like, how am I going to do this?
I remember being there, bro. I was just like, dude, I'm not going to be able to, like, there's no way I'm going to be able to support her.
Yeah.
And my son working at McDonald's.
I could only imagine, because even being an adult and like an older adult, and when you finally get someone pregnant or when you guys are going to have a baby, you still think that regardless, but being at 18 where I would say one is still not mature in mentally, where you like, you know what, I could figure this out type thing. I could only imagine the panic that you had.
Yeah, I feel like I was more nervous telling my parents, because I was like, I knew I was so young. I didn't have anything ahead of me. I didn't know what I was gonna do after high school. So I was just like, dude, like now I have to tell them.
Yeah. I got no choice. She's starting to show.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't hide it anymore. So I was like, fuck, I was so nervous. It was probably one of the worst nerve-wracking thing I had to do.
Yeah, of course.
Honestly,
man, I could I'm just getting flashbacks right now, bro, because I had opened my business when I was 21, right?
Yeah.
And then so I got me and my girl officially became a couple, and then literally a month later I got her pregnant.
Oh shit.
So then to my parents, "Ay, mijo, like what did you do?" Like you don't even know. It's just old school parents, bro.
And
The Mexican parents.
That's exactly how my parents are too, bro. My parents are from Guanajuato. So it's you said you were from Michoacan, right?
My parents were from Michoacan.
Yeah, so it's not too far from each other. So
yeah,
kind of the same style parents.
Yeah, they definitely come from like that more like Maduro like parents, like
traditional,
you know what I'm saying? Go to work, go to school, wear dresses up to your ankle type shit. You
yeah, exactly.
So I could definitely relate to you with that, brother. So then after that, man, you're at McDonald's and you're 18. Find out your wife now is pregnant. What's the next venture after that? What's the next chapter?
So as soon as I found out she was pregnant, I was like, I need to get a different job. So I had one of my homies who was working at a warehouse at the time, and I told him like, hey, I'm gonna have a baby. Like, can you hook me up with a job? And it was a little better. It was better paying. It wasn't better than like it wasn't that much better, but it was gonna get the bills paid and stuff that I was gonna have. And so he ended up hooking me up with a job, and I actually found out I got that job that morning that he was born.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I was.
So you waited till the last minute.
Yeah, so I'm not even lying, dude. She had the baby, and probably like an hour later, I got the call from the warehouse from the manager at the time. He was like, "Hey, you got the job. Like, when can you start?" And I was like, "Well, dude, I'm literally in the hospital right now. Like, I just had my baby. Like, in 2 weeks. Is that cool?" And then, yeah, literally, as soon as she had the baby, I got the job. It was crazy.
That's so insane, bro.
That same morning, man, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Hey, man, it was written in stone.
It was meant to be.
Yeah. So at that warehouse job, man, what was your job like there? I started off, I was driving a forklift, and I would go and pick boxes, or like, I would have a paper, and they would tell me like, oh, you have to go to this aisle and pick, say, for example, like dentist or like toothpaste, whatever. And I would go to that aisle and get the toothpaste and stuff. And then eventually I ended up leaving that and then doing where I would just stay in one little area, just getting all the stuff that same person that I was doing would bring to us, and I would pack it, and then we would ship it out. Got you. And then that's what I was doing at that time. At that warehouse job. And then I'm assuming there, you started getting, obviously you're around like truck drivers, I'm assuming. Yeah. So you start seeing these guys. Yeah. And I'm assuming like the talks like, no, estos güeyes ganan bien, this, that, and the other. I knew that truck drivers did good because my uncle he's always been in the trucking industry. So he's been in the trucking industry for over 15 years. So I always knew that truckers got paid good, but at the time, honestly, it wasn't even in my head, because I remember going to my uncle's house and being like, I would never get in one of these things. Yeah. I got in it one time, and I was like, how the hell do you drive this thing, dude? It's intimidating. Yeah, it's super intimidating, man. So like at the time, I was just kind of like, I would never drive one of those. Toothpaste. Yeah. Damn. Okay, so you're at the warehouse, brother. Your son is starting to grow. What's the next chapter after that? After that, that warehouse ended up closing down most of the little, because there was like different little areas. So they did animal stuff, and then they did dental stuff, and then did medical stuff. So the medical and the dental stuff closed down, and they only kept the animal section. Yeah. So then they ended up transferring us over to the facility in Dinuba, my hometown. Gotcha. And I went to that area, and I stayed there for about 2 years, maybe. Okay. Before I actually got fired. I got fired from that spot. Stealing toothpaste or what? I'm like, you didn't send toothpaste to the. So I kind of did something like that where so the medical stuff's supposed to get bagged with like ice packs, and I sent it out just like that, and it was worth over $4,000. So when they got to the person that it was supposed to be, it was bad already. Fuck. And I had to do that once. They let it slide. I did it again, and that's when they were like, "Hey, dude, like you just sent horse tranquilizers to the dentist." Yeah, and then they were like, "Hey, man, like you messed up again twice already. This is the second time." So then after that, I was already on my warning. I was like, dude, I remember telling her, I was like, dude, if I do something dumb one more time, like that's it, I'm done. But at the time, bro, honestly, around that time, I was super, super depressed. Just even waking up and going to that area, man. Yeah. I hated working there, man. I felt like I had nothing going for me. Yeah. And at that time too, I was trying to do YouTube with her. I that's like when the
Ace Family was blowing up, and all all the family vloggers and all that stuff. So I was trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't seeing the results I wanted, and so it was making me even more depressed.
Yeah, like discouraged.
Yeah, because I was like, fuck, dude, I have nothing like going for myself. I'm just here. And then I ended up I did something dumb again, and they just let me go. They're like, all right, man, like you're gonna have to go. And yeah, then after that, I was like, okay, I need to do something. Like
is that when you reached out to your uncle, or?
Yeah, that's when I reached out to my uncle and I told him like, hey, I need to get my license, but I didn't have the funds to go to school or do any of that stuff. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out. I'll pay for your schooling, and then as soon as you get your license, I'll get you a job with me.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
So my uncle, my uncles helped me out so much, because as soon as I got fired from there, I remember reaching out to him and being like, hey man, like I just lost my job. Like, is there anything I can like
help
do anything to make some money? And he sent me in a box truck for a little bit. So I was doing a little bit of box truck work. And then he already had a driver for that box truck. So like every once in a while he would just like throw me in there and like just so I can make some money, you know?
Yeah.
And then the other box truck driver kind of didn't like it. So then he kind of stopped sending me, and then he was like, you know what? I'm just going to have you clean trucks. So I started, he had a pressure washer.
Yeah.
And I would remember just showing up in the morning to like at 7 in the morning. Yeah. And I would wash all his trucks. Fuck. He has 6 trucks.
Your uncle?
Yeah, my uncle had 6 trucks at the time.
Yeah.
And I would wash all 6 trucks. I would be there from 7 in the morning to like almost 6, 7 at night, just washing all his trucks, bro. Because I would wash the truck and the trailer.
Oh wow!
So yeah, I was doing all that stuff, and then while I was going to school to get my license,
I was gonna ask you being at a young age, and then kind of having your uncles kind of grandfather you in a type. Were you ever getting like any like heat from other truckers because of that?
Kind of. I even up to now, dude. I'll get people who will tell me like, oh, you only have that job because of your uncle. And like that's like some of the hate comments that I'll get, like, oh yeah. you're nothing without your uncle. Type stuff.
I cannot stand that, bro, because, and I hate to put this in perspective, but it's just like the first person that comes up, and I hate to bash people, but like, for example, the Kardashians. Okay, the son, wasn't it Robert Kardashian?
Yeah.
Bro, he had everything
laid out in front of him.
And it's like, it's up to someone to actually either put the work in, grab it and run with it and take advantage of it. But it's just like, if it's there, but no one's willing to put the work in, it's just like,
the work still got to get done.
Yeah,
it's not like you're just like on a free ride.
Yeah, exactly. And you still have to put the work in to actually like get the job done, because
of course
I know, dude, there's this guy, I'm not gonna like say his name or anything, but I got him a job with my dad. My dad's boss owns trucks.
Okay.
And I got him a job, and I remember going to school and being jealous that he got his license and he had a job. I was like, fuck, I wish that was me, you know? Yeah. And he went to work one day, bro, and he quit that same day. Bro, after the shift ended, he's like, I can't do this anymore.
Like the same for me.
It was like I think he worked like a 15, 16 hour shift, and he's like, no, I can't do this anymore.
Oh, man.
So like, even though my uncle still helped me out in a sense, it was still up to me to like, put in the work and actually still go through with it.
Of course. So it goes back to like what I was saying, bro, because I know a lot of guys that, you know, in my industry, in the sneaker industry, like their parents have like a ton of money and they set up shops, or like they fund the child so much to start a business. Yeah. But then the child just kind of doesn't do anything.
They'll get employees and then it just doesn't.
It doesn't work out.
They're never in the shop, so they don't know like the ins and outs of their own shop. You see it all the time. Yeah, you really do.
You see stores opening up and they think it's cake, bro. Close. It's fucking work, bro.
I do it, and I know a lot of people like in my area and stuff that try to do like what you do, bro. Yeah. And they don't succeed. So like, I'm just like, dude, that's badass that you can do what you're doing and be so successful at it. Yeah, and then it's not as easy as everyone makes it seem. Not at all. I know I got like the help, but you still gotta.
You literally, what your uncle did, opened the door for you, but it was up to you to go in there and get shit done. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people oversee. But you especially, I'm gonna fast forward, but we're gonna come right back. You especially being so big on TikTok now, so big on YouTube, and you're starting to grow your Instagram. You're starting to make yourself like a very strong social presence. It's so easy that you're online and you open the door to all these opinions. That's the number one thing that people always do. They always have some negative shit to say,
always, bro. Always,
Yeah.
all the time, man. And I don't let it get to me though, because I know that they don't know me personally to know where like I know I love truck driving. Like that's something I love to do personally. Like I've always told her, like, no matter how big I get on TikTok, YouTube, or whatever it is, I wouldn't stop truck driving. If anything, I would use my advantage that I have all the following and like making whatever money I'm making on social media to buy a truck and start my own company
and fund that
because like I always think like social media isn't forever. So if I can make money, if I can take advantage of the money I'm making on social media and reinvest it into like me doing what I love, which is truck driving, like why not? I see my uncle, how successful my uncle is.
Wow. Yeah.
So like why not just do that too?
Isn't it funny how you went from being intimidated by the truck to now that it's something that it's your passion that you like?
Yeah, it's crazy because I never thought that I would actually be doing this. I literally remember sitting in his truck at one of his kids' birthday party and seeing that they had a bed in the back, and I was like, what the hell, you have a bed back here? But then like seeing the front of his truck and being like, there's no way I'd be able to drive this.
It's massive.
It's crazy, dude. And I feel like no one really understands how hard it really is to drive one of those things.
No, it really is. Because when I used to drive trucks, I used to drive, essentially it was a 28-foot bobtail, but it was never a trailer.
Yeah.
I only had my Class B.
Yeah.
But I had like my air brake
Yeah.
certification, that, all that going on. But I remember one time we were at a loading dock, and then one of my dad's like homies there, he had his truck. Yeah. And then he asked because my dad knows how to actually whip those things around. Yeah. But my dad used to drive my truck.
Oh.
And my dad was like, a ver, échale, a ver si puedes. I'm like, all right. So my little fat ass, bro, I was like 19. Yeah, bro, I sit down, and then I'm just like, holy, like, bro, it's massive.
Yeah.
And then you whip it this way, and then the box stays. It's just... respect to you, bro.
Yeah, so if any little wrong movement you do, the trailer will completely just start moving. So it's hard to do, man. I remember going to, because my brother-in-law would take me with him before I even got my license. He'd be like, oh, just come with me to see if you would actually like doing this. And I would go with him. And I remember the first time he actually let me do it, I couldn't get it done, man. I was like, dude, this is hard. Yeah. It looks easy, but I'm just like, damn, like how the hell do you do this?
Nah, yeah, bro. So let's take it back a little bit. Okay, so then you're washing trucks, right? You got the guys in there buzzing about you. At what moment does your uncle kind of tell you, like, you know what, mijo, like, I think you're ready? Or when does his training start?
So I literally, bro, I was going to school the whole time, and the day I got my license, he sent me out to drive, not by myself, obviously. I probably would have fucking crashed or whatever. But he sent me with a trainer. I remember I sent him a picture of the permit that I got that said passed. And I sent it to him, and he called me right away. He goes, all right, be at the yard by 5. You're going to go to San Francisco. And I was like, by myself? He's like, no, you're going to have a trainer. But like, just go be at the yard at this time. And I remember telling her, like, I'm going to go up. Yeah. Because that's like, we'll say, like, we're going to go up to the bay. So we're going to go up. And I was like, I'm going to go up. And I just remember being so nervous, but literally the same day I got my license is the same day I started working.
And you instantly got into 18-wheeler, the big ones.
Yeah, and right away, dude. And what's crazy is that a lot of people, like, they'll ask me, like, hey, how can I get a job driving? I'm just like, honestly, like, I try to help them out by giving, like, oh, like, you can go to this company, go to that company. But, like, genuinely, I don't know, because I had a job as soon as I got my license.
Yeah. Exactly.
The same day.
Yeah. Holy shit.
You had your first route.
Yeah, literally. That same day I got my license, I was already in the truck that same night.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So how many years have you been driving now, like officially?
4 years this year.
4 years?
Yeah.
And in these 4 years, would you say that it's put any kind of strain or hardships on with having a family and still obviously trying to do this type of job?
I feel like since I started truck driving, it's kind of made me appreciate spending more time with them, because I know that I'm not going to be here 24/7. There'll be times, bro, where like during the summer, and I know I get shit for this all the time, because there's truck drivers that, you know, obviously go on the road for weeks at a time, and I'll be gone for like 6 days at a time, And that's super hard. But like I'll say like, oh, I'll be gone for 6 days, and there'll be people like 6 days. That's it. Like I'll be gone for 2 weeks or a month.
Yeah.
But I feel like it made me appreciate spending any time with my family that I was able to actually spend time when I got home. Like just focus on my family. And I even lost friends because of that, dude. Because I would hang out with my friends and stuff. And as soon as I got the job and I noticed that I wasn't going to be home all the time, I would like spend time with them. Yeah. And then they were kind of just like, oh, like,
pussy.
Yeah, like mandilon. The number one thing I get, bro, all the time is that I'm a mandilon. Yeah. But I'm like, hey, I'd rather be a mandilon and like they say, happy wife, happy life.
That was a follow-up question because I'm like, you're young, so do you feel like you're missing out on a lot of things that your typical early to mid 20-year-old would be doing during this part of their life?
Yes.
Just because you do spend so much time on the road. Yeah. And obviously, like you just said, you spend the remaining time with your family.
Yeah. So yes and no, because even like before, I wouldn't really go out like that. I was never the type to be partying and like stuff. I was kind of like I played video games. I played Modern Warfare 2, Gears of War. Like dude. So I was always playing video games and shit, man. So like I wasn't really missing out on much, but what I was missing out was like hanging out with my friends and stuff.
Going
like
to the bar.
Yeah, like just like simple stuff like that. Like just even hanging out with my friends. Like I would just spend it with them. So like in a sense, like I feel like I didn't really miss out on much because I've been with her since I was a sophomore in high school. So like I feel like I've always spent my time with her. So it's kind of like I feel like I didn't really miss out on much.
That's honestly awesome. So I have a question for you. Now that we're on the subject of you, now you're truck driving and everything in that part of your life. What is one of the craziest things you've seen on the road? Yes. Whether it's an accident or
the accidents, something. Dude. I see trucks flipped over all the time, man. Especially like I was telling you off camera about like the Tracy area, Wesley area. It's so windy all the time. There's always trucks that get flipped over or on the Bay Bridge. Like it's always crazy. But
what's that one though that like kind of like
that scarred your ass? Like holy shit.
It didn't happen like where it was like an accident or anything like that. But I remember one time I was staying in Oakland and there used to be a Walmart parking lot where before they closed it down, and we would sleep there sometimes if we had to stay there the night and stuff. And I didn't close my door, and there's always homeless people around the area, dude. And he opened the door, and he was trying to come into my truck. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, this is like, my brother-in-law told me, like, always lock your doors when you're staying in this area. Because there's, like, so many homeless people that try getting into your truck. Dude,
have you ever seen those TikToks where they're like, the people that own guns, when they hear someone break in, they're like, yes.
Yeah, dude. And that was, honestly, that's probably one of the, for me personally, one of the like craziest things where it's like where I almost would have got robbed if I say if I was like dead asleep. God knows what would have happened. You know?
No, that's crazy. I mean, it's no different than a home invasion, which. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're like tired at the end of the day, and then you just start hearing somebody trying to get in.
Yeah, and the guy actually
surprise, motherfucker.
The guy actually opened the door, and I was barely about to lay down, and I heard the door open, and I looked out. As soon as he see me, he took off, but. That's probably
you're just like you don't want to know this. Yeah, I've been out on the road for a week.
I have a shower in 3 days, brother.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the craziest things I can think
that would definitely scare me. Where I'd be like, you know what, like I'd feel paranoid of
that's
going to sleep.
Yeah, and that's why I started, which kind of made my TikTok take off, was me doing a seatbelt trick. So I would.
Yes.
I've seen that.
You've seen that one?
Yeah.
You've seen that one too?
I've seen it, but I didn't know that was you actually.
See, that's
this crazy. Is him, bro.
This was like months ago, or like
it was him, man.
And so whenever after that happened, I would go to bed and I would grab the seatbelt and I would loop it through my door handle and I'd lock it and then I just tighten it, and that way whenever someone tries opening the door, it wouldn't open. It would just
good luck. Yeah.
And by the time you hear someone opening the door, obviously the lights turn on and whatever, you'll be awake. So that helped me out
Wow.
That's how we handle
It
that.
gave you a little more peace of mind.
Yeah, and I always get truck drivers being like, "Oh, well, why don't you just use your gun?" Or like, "Oh, like, well, like, why are you doing that? Like, why, just go to." I leave. There'll be truck drivers that are like, "Oh, I sleep with my door unlocked and this and that." Like, they'll
good
meet
for
my-
you.
I'm like, you don't got
I'm
nothing
like,
to
good
lose,
for-
brother.
I'm like, good for you, bro, but I'm still gonna do this.
You're all like Home Alone. You're booby trapping your whole truck.
Claymore's outside.
Yeah.
Okay, so my bad. You were gonna say something?
No, I'm like that's scary. Like nonetheless,
hell
yeah.
yeah.
And
bro.
it's always better safe than sorry. And I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people let their like ego get in the way of stuff, and that's when shit always goes wrong.
Go south.
And it goes back to the whole.
You guys
like,
cuss on this, by the way, or not?
Yeah. Come on, man.
we're 30 minutes.
Yeah,
in. We're
you
good.
monetize and stuff, you know. So
We got age restricted on the Ramiro and Fern. Shout out to you guys for when they came on. But este Ramiro, bro, holy shit! That fool says
watched
the
that.
F-bomb 3 times every sentence, bro. 2 seconds in, he's like, "What's up, motherfucker?" This is. I'm just like, "Oh fuck."
that's me too, man. I'm trying to.
No,
not-
I'm super. I cuss so bad, but
Yeah, it's
I've
me.
tried to definitely like cut my.
We talked
my
about it.
cussing on here. And he would always tell me like, "Yo, just chill," and it's just I don't know.
Yeah, because I feel like when stuff gets age restricted, it doesn't get pushed out to the audience to an audience.
And bro, they took money. I hate to talk about it, but there was like the number in there, and you know what I mean. We have generated, and this is my first time doing YouTube and getting paid. So then that motivated me so much. I'm like, oh, okay, so this is how YouTube works.
Once you start
Same.
making money, I feel like that's when you really start to like
Get the spark. In
like
you.
it's like obviously like doing all this social media stuff is cool, but then
Yeah.
like once you like start getting paid from it, you kind of take it a little bit more serious, and that's when
course.
you're like, okay, like I could make a living off of this, and that's
I was responding to all the comments. I usually try to go through all the comments at the end of the night. I try my best to go through all of them, and if I don't, Carlos will. But then I started seeing like, oh, our view count started going like slower, and then we got hit with that age restriction, and then like a couple days later, they took like half of the money from that video. I was just like, what the hell's going on?
They took like 2/3 of it, bro. I was just like,
that's why I have a hard time, dude. Even when I'm filming my own videos, not cussing.
yeah. Bless you.
Not cussing
Bless
because
you.
I feel like it's such in my like
Vocabulary.
yeah, it's in my vocabulary that
It's
I'm.
definitely ingrained in there, but
But I feel like you gotta like just. I mean, if you want to be able,
Adjust.
you gotta adjust to
Adjust.
the setting that you're in.
Okay, I got a question for you, brother. So, let's take a little bit back now. So, you're truck driving. You got everything pretty much. It's on cruise control. You're
Yeah.
truck driving. You're having more. You're expanding your family and on and this, that, and the other. Okay. Do you already have a social media presence as you started truck driving?
Yeah, so I was also telling him off camera. I was
yeah, we're
Back-
homies off camera.
back.
I was
you missed
upstairs.
it. You were upstairs,
I
right?
was
You
dealing with my
missed. You
son.
missed all this, but
We're going to
I
the
was-
bicycle casino after this.
Hey, chill. Hey, I'm down, bro. Some baccarat. Okay, come on.
back in 2017, we actually started doing videos and stuff, and
Yes, you had
you
mentioned
know that's when all the vlogging stuff was going on. And so I feel like I've always kind of been in the social media space, but then once I started truck driving, I kind of stopped.
You stopped the YouTube.
I stopped the YouTube,
vlogging
yeah,
and
because
things
it wasn't. I wasn't seeing the
results
results
that
I
you
wanted
like.
to, and I feel like if you don't see the numbers, it gets really discouraging easily, dude. Because you're like you know that this is like, oh, this is gonna be a banger, and it doesn't do it, and you're like, oh fuck, man, again,
Yeah.
like it's not getting the views. So I got really discouraged with that. So I kind of stopped for 2 years, and then my niece had TikTok, and I remember me and her we'd be like that's a little kid app.
Yeah.
And then once the pandemic happened, we kind of like gave in and we downloaded TikTok, and we would just watch it. And then I was like, you know what? I want to post a video. I want to go viral. I want to post a video.
Yeah.
And then I remember her telling me like, why do you always want to go viral? Like, why don't you just post for fun?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, I've always wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So then I remember I posted a video with him.
Yeah.
And it didn't do anything. And then I started posting like Mexican videos. Like, you know, your Mexican win.
Oh,
okay,
yes,
okay,
yes,
okay.
relatable videos.
Yeah,
like
so
that,
then
yeah.
like after like while I was truck driving, I remember being in the restroom at the packing house,
Yeah.
filming these Mexican videos and stuff.
No
And
way.
Yeah, so like I feel like I've always been in it, but it wasn't always like how it is now.
You've always been like a creator
intrigued
at heart.
by that, the whole social
Yeah,
media.
I feel like honest, like, and I'm sure you guys can back me up on this.
Yeah.
Like seeing the numbers go up and the likes and the comments and this, it's kind of like a little rush you get where it's
Yeah, it's
kind of like
definitely a high.
it's like addicting where you
Yes.
see the numbers go up and you're just like, oh shit, like this is
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. It's definitely like I don't want to say like a validation, but it's like holy shit, like something that I'm actually having fun when I'm actually starting to receive it. People are starting to receive it so well.
Yeah, exactly.
They enjoy it. What you're putting out.
It gets a little where you're just like, oh, like I like this. I want to keep doing it. And then once you post the next one, it doesn't do good. You're like, oh fuck. And that's happened to me so many times, man.
I feel like TikTok's so up and down though, like that. Like,
but TikTok is so easy. I feel like TikTok is now. I feel like it's so easy to grow a platform on there that honestly, I feel like sometimes when I like 400,000 subscribers and 400,000 followers on TikTok is completely different, in my opinion.
Elaborate on that.
I feel like it's so easy to get followers on TikTok that people will just follow you just to follow you on TikTok.
Yeah.
But it's harder to get followers on YouTube, or like say for example, to go from TikTok to YouTube. That transition, it's super hard to do. And then if you actually get it down and you do it, it's like, oh shit, like this is dope.
Because you already built that community.
I think it's back to like what we were having that conversation earlier, where it's TikTok is a platform where it's these short videos where people, it's so you go, no, not only that though, but you go through so much content. You're bound to get so many eyes on you.
It's
whereas
crazy.
YouTube, it's like, okay, I watch this like hour-long video or this 30-minute long video. I'm only gonna be on this for like an hour. I mean, like a video or two, and then okay, I'm off. But at TikTok, you don't even realize, and 2-3 hours are gone, and you're
still scrolling.
It's 3 a.m. You're just still scrolling. And they'll find something that's funny of yours, and they'll click on your page and
start binge watching.
Exactly.
That's how I found out about you.
That's why I think, to piggyback off you, that I think it's so easy to become or to get a following on TikTok, because it's easier to get those eyes on you.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I don't want to sound like a douchebag in a way, but like it is hard in a way still, because you still have to get the people to come back to watch you. But it's just, I feel like it's so much easier to go viral on TikTok than it is to go viral on YouTube or Instagram or like even Facebook, I guess you can say. Like it's just so much easier to do that if you're able to pull it off smoothly, you can transition to YouTube and those other platforms where it's harder, and the people are still going to follow you because they genuinely like you.
Yeah, for sure.
And then it goes back to the whole, my favorite word, consistency. That you have to be putting out this constant content that where it keeps people engaged in your channel and they don't forget about you. Where
it constantly pushes them into the algorithm.
Because there's always new people.
Oh yeah, every day is a new platform. There's a new viral person. Yeah,
all the time. So it's like you have to be like.
There's people that I follow like at 4,000, then I look at their page again and they're like at 100,000. I'm like, what the hell?
And you just have to be really consistent, man. I feel like that's one of the biggest keys in growing your social media, is just being consistent. No matter, regardless if you see the views or not, if they're there or not, like you still got to keep posting, because you just never know. Like the algorithm may be on your side that day, or it may not be on your side that day.
You already have a resume of videos to where that video that you just uploaded goes viral. They got 25 other videos to kind of relate to and you follow, and then you built that family.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a really cool question, brother. Do you remember that exact moment where that first video that or two-part question? Do you remember the first video that went viral? And then do you remember where you were at or what you told your wife when it happened?
Yeah.
I see smiles. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I remember the exact video. Yes. I remember the exact video. I was in the box truck. This is when I was still trying to get my Class A license. Ooh, okay. I was in the box truck and I was driving to a little town called Kingsburg, and I pulled over to the side of the road, and I had in the box truck, the driver that had it, because I mentioned there was a driver who was driving before, he had swishers in his truck. And I remember, like, I don't know what made me, but I looked over and I seen them, and I was, you know what, I'm gonna make a video where like I'm like how to smoke cigarettes, and I knew there were swishers, but I feel like the whole thing with TikTok and social media is to kind of say wrong stuff to get the people talking,
rile people up,
get the people commenting, and as long as you can get people commenting,
get that engagement,
you're gonna get the engagement, which will make your video go viral. So I posted, this is how to smoke a cigarette, and people were already going crazy, like, that's not a cigarette, that's a swisher, that's a swisher. And I remember making the video, and I was like, this is how to smoke a cigarette. And I was like, first thing you do is open the swisher pack, cigarette pack, and second thing you do is you grab it and then you crumple it up and you throw it on the floor, and you don't do that shit. I remember doing that shit, and I remember I posted it, and I drove to the packing house that I was going to, and I got there, And the video had 40,000 views, and I was like, "Oh shit! Like this,
I'm viral.
I remember texting my little niece because, like I said, my niece got us into TikTok.
Yeah.
And I remember I sent her a video. I was like, "Look, I'm going viral," and she was like, "What the heck? Like that's crazy."
I beat you.
Yeah, and I sent it to her too. I was like, "What the heck? Like this is going viral." And I thought that at the moment I thought that was going viral.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first video I ever posted that I genuinely remember like exactly the time. It was already nighttime. I remember the exact time I posted that because that was the first video that got a lot of views.
Bro, and once again, I always like saying this, but I love to hear everyone's story because it gets to the point to where you had mentioned earlier, you get to a certain level to where it's an adrenaline rush and it almost becomes addicting to where if you put out another video and it doesn't do as well, you don't cherish those 40,000 views anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
You consider it like a flop, even though it's not really a flop, but I could relate to you, bro.
I still do that all the time, dude. I like, even like with my YouTube videos and stuff like that, like I'll post a video and like one video will do good where like it'll get a lot of views. And then the next video, well, I don't know if you guys like with YouTube, when you post a video, it's like a 1 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. And
no, not yet. We're not to your level yet.
Okay, well when you post on YouTube, like, they rank you by 1 out of 10.
Okay.
And 1 out of 10 obviously is like your video's performing good. It's reaching out to a different kind of audience that it normally doesn't reach out to. And I'll notice that whenever I get that 10 out of 10, I'm like, oh, fuck. I'll like catch myself changing the thumbnail. I'll catch myself changing the title, and then I'll see people coming, "Why'd you change the title? Like, why do you keep changing the title?
Mind your business."
And I'm like, I'm just like, dude, I'm trying to do something right. Like,
yeah.
Like,
I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know.
So 10 out of 10 means bad?
10 out of 10 means like it's not doing as.
Oh shit! I thought that was like 8+.
I know, they flipped it on us.
I know 10 out of 10 means it's bad, and I feel like I hate that YouTube does that. In a sense, it's cool when you're doing good.
Yeah.
But when you get that 10 out of 10, you're kind of just like,
I suck. This
man.
isn't for me. Fuck.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna start OnlyFans.
And what's crazy is that like the last video I posted on my YouTube, it was a 10 out of 10. I was like, fuck, man. I was like, dude, I don't like my last two videos. I don't like the titles. I don't like the thumbnails. And then when we were out here parking, I was texting you that I was here. I looked at my analytics and it went from a 10 to a 2. So I was like, okay, so like it's like YouTube is crazy. Like,
so we could have gotten a sad Alex in here.
You guys could have got a sad Alex in
He's
here.
changing his thumbnail while we're talking. Hold on, bro. Give me a second.
Hey, hold on, bro.
Something.
I need to change this real quick. I need to change the title or whatever. But yeah, dude, it's crazy.
So ever since that video, you were like, okay, I think I found the niche.
Yeah, not even finding the niche, bro. But I feel like seeing the views on that video kind of made me. Like I said, like it's an addicting feeling that as soon as I seen how many views you can get, I was like, okay, like what do I do next? Like what should I do? What should I do? What should
creative bubble in you started going
I started
crazy.
thinking like, okay, what could I do next? And that's when I started making Mexican videos.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing to do because I watch a lot of podcasts and I watch a lot of like comedians and things like that. And comedians always say you will always be successful if you always tell jokes and like kind of shit on yourself about your own race, because everyone, like George Lopez, when he said like Latinos be like, and then when he came out with all that, so many people could relate, bro.
Yeah,
and then that's what just catches everyone, like, bro. And then you start sending it to your family members in Mexico on Facebook, on WhatsApp. And you're like, cabrona, remember when you did this?
Yeah, and what's crazy too, dude, now that you say that, is I remember my dad saying that my family in Mexico would actually see some of my videos on TikTok about the Mexican stuff.
Yeah,
and it's just it's crazy.
I was gonna ask about
that. Like, hey, this is Michael.
I was gonna ask you, brother, on that. Obviously, you're still truck driving.
Yeah.
What did your parents have to say about like your son? Obviously, like I don't want to say pursuing because you're still doing truck driving. Sorry, these cut waters are starting to hit everybody.
Dude,
okay.
Yeah, those things are crazy, man.
Shout out to Laura because she put me on game on these. But as far as like your parents, did you ever? I don't want to say like backlash, but did they ever? When you presented them the idea of like, look, like this is actually kind of working out, did they ever doubt it in any way? Just because I'm assuming you're like first generation, like yeah. So it's all new to them.
Yeah. So like my parents, especially my dad's super supportive of me. You can even ask my wife. My dad's constantly refreshing my YouTube and just like, hey, dude, you gained like 5,000 followers today.
That's
or like,
so beautiful.
My dad is always like, I feel like I've gotten so close to my dad since I started truck driving, and then since like all this social media stuff's been taking off, I feel like I got super close to him because he's like honestly, I feel like he's probably like my number one fan. He's always just like so supportive and like watching and all my stuff. Yeah. And I just feel like, I kind of lost my train of thought. No.
As far as like support, no. You answered it, bro. You answered it.
Okay.
The co-waters are really co-waters, bro.
I feel like I lost my train of thought.
No, you're good. Your dad's the one with the burner accounts talking shit to everybody, saying negative. Fuck you, cabron.
I know, seriously.
Oh man. Okay, so you're there. I have a funny question for you, bro. Do you still record with your phone on your forehead, bro?
I don't, bro. And it's crazy that you say that, man, because that was so long ago, man.
That's when I discovered you.
Oh, really?
Bro, because, okay, just to rewind back and then we'll get into that. When I found your first TikTok, bro, it was then. How long ago was that? Forehead, iPhone.
That was probably, what, like a year ago? When was it?
It was before Father's Day. It was like before June when you were still June last year.
Bro, so this fool,
okay, so last year. Yeah.
So this fool, when he would like brush his teeth, you would have your little thingy-majiggy there.
Yeah.
And then I remember
crazy,
one,
man.
I'm telling you, bro, I've been watching you. I'm a fan,
and
dog.
I always think of like, how the fuck, like, how did you come across my page?
And I have a question for you too. Okay, so back to that. So I remember I was just chilling. I was just watching these videos because once again, I used to be a truck driver. And back to that topic, I could relate to a lot of shit that you would say. Sleeping on the side of the road, fucking dealing with bums, going to the gas stations, and like me, like I would forget to strap my load sometimes. I would drive an open box, so it was a little sketchier.
Yeah.
I would forget going into weigh stations, getting fucked with by CHP. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck you, by the way. But anyways, I remember I came across your videos, and then I was just going, and then I followed you, and I remember I told my girl, bro, I was like, yo, I really fuck with this guy because he's putting out like truck driving video contents that I could honestly relate to. So boom, got to follow. And now to keep up to you, I would keep up with all your videos like here and there whenever I'd hop on TikTok. And then I remember one time you were doing something and like the reflection hit you. This fool had a fucking headband and had his, bro, I'm not bullshitting, bro. He had his phone like this, bro. Yeah. And he was doing like a POV, like what the hell he was doing. I was like, there's no way this guy's doing that.
Yeah, bro. And that's how I would do it at first because I feel like I got it for my dad. Yeah. I feel like I'm so like, I'm like stingiest. No, not stingy. I would say. Yeah, I'm a codo. Yeah, literally. And I wouldn't want to buy the camera, and I was just kind of like, you know what?
I can make do with what I have.
Yeah, and the camera obviously on the iPhone has a 0.5 view, which kind of zooms out. Yeah. So I was kind of like, you know what? Like I'm gonna get a rubber band, and I'm gonna tie it around my forehead. See how it works.
Cutting circulation.
And for real, like whenever I would take off the phone from my forehead, I'd have this big old implant on my forehead right here.
This fool's head would go
from.
Your eyes are just all shifty because it's just vibrating.
Yeah, and dude, honestly, I couldn't even. When I was doing it at that time, I couldn't see what I was doing. So I was kind of just guessing. Like I don't know. You've seen the video where I was doing something with my toothbrush. I was kind of like.
You missed the port.
Yeah, I missed it, and then I would go back and edit it where I would like kind of like do it right.
The sixth try, like
yeah, like I would do it right, but it was so hard to see with that camera because I mean, if you put the camera on your forehead,
phone's right here.
Yeah, so you can't see. You're kind of just
you can only see your peripheral, really.
Yeah. You're kind of just like moving with your hands and stuff. So that's how I started off, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna buy a GoPro because this is gonna work. And I've already seen people like, oh, I just record on my iPhone and this is how many followers I have. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? This maybe this will work. So I started doing that. And I remember my uncle one time, I was doing a video where I was changing the hubcap oil on the truck.
I remember seeing that.
And I had the camera right here, and he walked up to me. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Yeah, I'm like, I'm making a video. Like,
mind your business.
Yeah, and then that's when he started realizing that that's how I was filming my POVs, and no one believes it, but that's really how I started filming my POVs.
He just gets a ticket from like the cameras that take pictures of you.
I know.
You're just driving with the camera.
You see me driving with my phone.
He's like, "What the hell is this?"
He's at the weigh station. He's just a fucking phone. What are you doing, sir? Nothing, man.
But yeah, that's literally how I started, dude. Just with literally a rubber band and the damn iPhone.
Yes, so there's no excuses, bro.
No,
there's no excuses.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, so let me ask you, bro. How did you find me? Because I found you through TikTok, and then I remember one day randomly, bro, I got out of the shower and I was just going through my emails, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to my DMs. I'm gonna go to my personal page, and then I just seen Alex Nino. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how did he find me?
I remember the exact day I followed you too. I mean, I shouldn't have been on my phone while I was driving, but I was driving.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I was driving. I was pulled over, and I was like, I already knew you because of the Kill the Hype hats, and I knew you sold them. And I remember one time, before I started doing social media and all that stuff, I told my wife, I was like, dude, one day when I start making better money, like, I'm gonna buy one of those Kill the Hype hats from this page right here.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm like, once I start making good money, I'm gonna do it. And then I don't know how I think someone posted you, and I clicked on it. I was like, oh, that's Breakout. So I thought I was following you. I guess I wasn't following you, and I followed you. And I was driving, and I got a notification on my phone. And you messaged me.
Up. Yeah, you hit me up the next morning or something.
And I remember I was like, dude, Breakout hit me up. And Layla was like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, he sent me a message. He was gonna send me stuff. She was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Because I would always talk about you guys like, oh, I'm gonna buy stuff from them. Like once I get in, like once I can, I'm gonna start like purchasing from them. So then once I followed you and you hit me up that you're gonna send me stuff, I was like, fuck, that's crazy. He's gonna send me stuff.
That's so crazy.
So was he your first like person to see you stuff?
Honestly, this guy is the only guy in LA that showed me the amount of love he showed me.
Oh, bro, you went through.
No,
is that the cut water coming in?
No. I'm being serious, bro. Like, I don't think I don't really know anyone from out here, huh? You're honestly the only person that's ever like actually like followed me and like from LA. I obviously I have like people that follow me.
Yeah.
But like, you're the only person that's ever actually like showed me hella love. Where like, bro, you send me shit all the time and stuff. Yeah. So like, you're literally like, but like the first person that's ever like showed me hella love out here, bro. I appreciate that, man.
That's so. Oh my god, bro. That's so. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah.
And now look at you're sitting here with us.
Yeah, I know, that's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
No, yeah, bro. Because like I said, man, when I followed you, I'm like, yo, this guy's dope as fuck. And then now meeting you guys like in person. I mean, I met you before, but like your wife, your beautiful son. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Like when you guys were in here, we were just shooting the shit. I'm like, I say this very few times, by the way, and I'm just like, this is a guy that I would, and this, like, I love everyone, obviously, but it's very few people, and the people that know who they know who they are. But you're one of the few people where I'm like, yo, like, I would love to go like have dinner with this guy and like the family. Yeah. Let's go to Disneyland together. Let's go get a fucking Top Golf. Let's go get I'm with it, bro.
Yeah, I'm like,
I haven't taken a day off in like 2 weeks, but it's very few people that off the bat, once I meet, I'm like, yo, this guy's fucking dope as fuck. Thanks, you know what I'm saying, bro? So you're very humble, you're very ground to earth, bro. And like I said, like since I've been following you, bro, I'm in love with your content. I'm in love with everything that you're doing, bro. And you're fucking crushing it, man.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it, man. For real.
All right, let's get back to the juicy shit. Okay.
I have a question for you, since I know he's not gonna ask it because it puts him in the hot seat as well. Has there ever been a time when you're driving?
Hold on. Before we get this question, because this is a very juicy one, we got to go on a quick little break, guys. So we're back, guys. Ask that beautiful question, because I have I've never
that juicy question.
I've never said it on air, dog. And your wife is.
That's
here,
what I'm saying.
So
I'm like,
I don't care.
I know he's never gonna want it. It's not gonna come out of him, so I'm gonna just have to ask.
No, I don't pick up lot lizards.
No, I wasn't gonna go there for sure. Has there ever been a time where you're driving and you have to go number 2 and there's no restroom or anything that you can get to?
Yep, let's hear it.
Like, what?
Bro, okay.
You trust the far homie, and Premio Sale.
Oh, no. I've never shown myself like, what?
He's like, oh, you haven't?
Liar.
You're like, I've done that before. No.
My story's gonna come out.
Okay, so one time, so
you gotta say it, bro.
If I absolutely have to, I will use the restroom inside my sleeper. And people think it's so fucking gross. But I was like, dude, there's some times where you just can't fucking go anywhere.
Yeah.
And I went and bought myself at Big Five, I bought myself a little toilet where it's like the camping toilets, where it has a little metal stand and the toilet part.
You took your son's porta potty one, but keep going.
And you just clip it on. Mm-hmm. And I would use this every once in a while. But there was this one time that I remember specifically, I got a blowout on my tire
Oh, I thought
on
your
my,
pants.
my on my front tire. I was driving down a steep hill and my tire exploded and I almost crashed and
fuck.
shit. And I was able to get off of the closest exit. And I remember calling my uncle like, "Hey, this happened, whatever." And I told him the truck's not messed up, but it could have been worse. The truck's fine.
Yeah.
But I just need a repair guy to come out here and fix it. He's like, all right. He's like, well, here. He gave me a bunch of numbers, and I called a bunch of people, and no one was answering. But I was like, you fuckers, you guys are 24/7, but you guys aren't answering.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I need you to send a repair dude and an extra pair of pants.
So I hit up someone in Livermore, and they answered me. It was a Mexican guy, and he was like, yeah. I was like, I'll be there ASAP. Like, he was there in 20 minutes. But I remember sitting there, bro, and it was 1 a.m. I was already running super late to all my deliveries, and I was like, fuck, dude, I need to use the restroom. And I swear
Number two.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was in the middle of nowhere, and I had just drank a coffee.
Oh yeah, it's going crazy. It's
you,
bubbling.
yeah, you already know. I'm sure you're probably feeling like that with that
Not
coffee.
right now, not right now. This guy had beer and coffee. Chorilon, my
Well,
friend.
and then I was like, oh, this guy's taking forever. He told me I'll be there in 30 minutes, and it really took an hour.
Yeah.
I remember sitting there, and I was like, dude, I need to use the restroom bad. I was like, I need to fucking go. And I was like, I have my toilet. So I got my toilet out. I set it up.
I already know where this is going.
Dude, and I got my trash bag. I put kitty litter in there so it wouldn't smell in the truck.
Yeah.
And I used it in my fucking
You got your
sleeper,
TikTok
dude.
feed going, and you're like, all right, let's go.
Dude, and I
Let's
post.
go.
And I posted, dude, and people get grossed out. But I'm like, hey, sometimes, I mean, you can't just fucking. I was in the middle of a little city. Obviously, it was like 1 a.m. There was nobody out there, but I'm sure there was cameras in the building that if
You couldn't pop a squat.
Yeah, if I went and popped the squat, I would be on Facebook the next day, like, hey, look at this guy popping a squat right here.
Reporting live. Actually, Nino.
Yeah, so I closed all my blinds because all the trucks most of the trucks have curtains. I closed all that, and I set up my toilet. I put in kitty litter. I put my bag in. And I used the restroom in the fucking truck, bro.
The Mexican dudes are like, hey, I'm here to fix your
bro,
truck.
and
Espérate, cabrón.
and actually, bro,
You just hold on to the seatbelt.
while I was using it, the guy pulled up and he was like, hey, I'm outside. And I was like, all right, man, give me like 5 minutes. And I fucking
You're all opening the windows.
I did what I had to do, and yeah, bro, that was I've done it before.
Yeah.
But that was one of the times where I'm like, I remember that time exactly where I didn't want to, but I fucking had to. And I was like, fuck it, I'll use it. And then the guy was out there waiting for me, and I was in my sleeper using the fucking restroom, and then I had to open the curtains.
Smell like
You go out there, he's like, you're taking a shit, huh?
yeah, dude. That was one of the first times where I vividly remember, like,
You're like, no.
where I had to use it, and I was just like, fuck, like, dude, that's gross. And I wasn't comfortable, bro. I was like, damn, I'm literally sitting in my sleeper where I sleep, where I cook, using the fucking restroom, but I have to because I couldn't go out anywhere and do it.
Like, you're taking a shit. You're like, no. You're like, why are your pants down?
So yeah, I've never done it while I was on the road, like driving on the road. But yeah, I've done it where I've absolutely had to answer your question.
All right. So mine is completely different. Okay, so
You just go into the next question.
anyway, so what's next for Adam? I'm just kidding. Okay, so mine, I'm just gonna speed through it quick. All right. This is yeah. Hey, bro. Hey, it was.
You have to do what you gotta do sometimes.
No, it just didn't have to happen though. It just happened. Okay, so this is 20. I'll open my story 2017. I graduated this fucking bullshit trade school in 2017 beginning. Okay, so this had to be 2017. Okay, so I graduate this trade school, right? Me and 5 of the homies were like, fuck it, let's go to Rosarito. So we go to Rosarito. Nothing but...
It doesn't sound good already.
Oh, bro. Brother, let me tell you. Okay, so we leave on Thursday night. We're partying on Friday. We're partying on Saturday. And then we're coming back Sunday, like afternoonish, right? So it's nothing but fucking tacos de perro. Who the fuck knows what kind of meat it is? Nothing but alcohol. Nothing but just partying, bro.
Waking up and drinking, huh?
Bro, I've never done that. 9 a.m., bro. And we have the New Mexes. We go buy them.
One of my friends, remember Fabian? I remember he was in Rosarito, and he sent me a Snapchat at 7 a.m, popping the same ones.
The new
Pounding them
hey,
shit.
my
Yeah,
lord.
and I was like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? He's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm in TJ. Like, I have to.
Yeah, you got to party. That's the only way. I wasn't even 21, so I just went there. I mean, you're 21 in Mexico when you're 5.
When
so.
you're, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, bro, we're partying it up. We're having a great time, and then it's time to come home. Sunday, la cruda no me pega. So I just get in the car. Vámonos, let's go home. We get back to the crib. I have a load the next morning at 7 a.m. Leaving out of Long Beach, and I'm going to Corona, and then from Corona I'm going to Chino, and then from Chino I'm coming back. So it's a 2-stop.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure you know where that's at, right?
Yeah.
So it's down that way. But anyways, I wake up Monday morning at like 6 a.m. Crudo as fuck, bro. I don't know why it was like a 2-day jet lag. But anyways, I wake up and sorry, but suelto. Vámonos. Everything, bro. I'm just like, holy fuck, bro. Like I'm throwing up. I have chorro. I have a headache. I'm just fucked up. And I'm just like, whatever, you know what I mean? Because my dad's on the road. He's over there in probably like by the Bay Area, because he used to go from Long Beach to the Bay. And then I was a second truck. I had a piece of shit truck, by the way, and I was just doing these loads. Okay, so whatever. So we go. I get loaded in
Corona.
Huh?
Corona.
No, I get loaded in I get loaded in Buena Park, and then from Buena Park I go to Corona. It's a pretty big truck. I have like 30,000 pounds on me. Okay, so I go to Buena Park. We're there. I get loaded. I'm like, holy fuck, bro. I go and I take another shit. Sorry, guys, but I go and take another dump in the loading and where they're loading me, and I'm just
Sweating.
I'm cold sweating. I'm hungover. I'm telling the Forky's driver, like, come on, bro, hurry the fuck up. I tie my shit. Let's go, bro. Okay. I remember this shit vividly. I'm on the 91 freeway. If anyone got a shit napkin to the windshield, you know where this is going. So I'm driving on the 91, bro. I'm driving, and it's kind of stop and go traffic. I'm in the second lane, and brother, I trust the fart.
Ah, fuck.
Salió con premio, my boy. Bro, I remember when it happened. I literally was sitting down, and I was like, oh my God, I have to poop really bad.
Ah, fuck.
I remember, bro, I had to poop really bad. And I was driving, and I'm like, this is my blow off valve. I have to release some PSI, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully I could get it to Corona. I'm still like 25 minutes away. And
Not with that lane traffic, bro. 25 is really 50.
Yeah, bro. So I'm on the 91, about to or on the 60. I don't know where I'm at. 60, merging on the 57, whatever. And yeah, bro. It's I had gray sweatpants that day, and it happened, brother. I fucking trusted a fart and salió con premio. And I remember me driving. I was just like, oh, like I just felt it,
Tightened
bro.
up, you're like, oh, fuck.
Bro, and I have a stick shift truck.
Oh,
Shit, butt
shit.
mush, bro, with the clutch. I'm just like, oh my. It wasn't like fucking dripping down, but
It
me
was.
cagué, güey. Okay. And bro, I'm driving, and I remember I'm driving. There's traffic. 2 of the exits are closed. I'm fucked. I'm stuck on the freeway for another 3 miles. And I remember I'm driving, bro, and I'm going like 15, stopping 15, and I look over and I see some Chipotle napkins. I'm like, my dog. And I remember, I just grab them, and I'm just like, fuck it, bro. I'm driving, and I'm white, bro. Shit out the It's so disgusting.
Bro, and it's crazy how many times that's like my trainer, bro.
Yeah.
I remember one time we were driving, we were coming back down from the bay, and he was like, I need to fucking take. He was a big old guy.
Kinda
And
like me,
he was like, he was driving, and he was like, I need to take a piss, and he fucking pissed himself, bro, while he was driving.
You're
Remember
like,
when I
what the
told you that? Sadly, I mean, he passed away. You know, rest in peace to
rest in
him.
peace.
But I remember we were driving, and he had to pull over on the freeway. And he had to change his pants and shit. And I was like,
just picking up your legs,
I let him go in the sleeper, and I stayed in the driver's seat. He closed the blinds, and he changed, but he was fucking soaked. The driver's seat was soaked. Yeah, and I remember telling my uncle, I was like, hey, he pissed on the seat.
Hey, this fool doesn't drink water.
Yeah, because he was one of those like those older guys. He was I think he was like 60 when he passed away. He was one of those older guys that kind of like a traditional old I would say like a whitewashed Mexican kind of in a way.
Second gen. Mhm.
Yeah, so but like he was like one of those guys, and I was just like hey, and he would sleep at the yard. because he didn't have a home or anything.
Gotcha.
Like, so he would just help my uncle from time to time. I remember I telling him like, hey, he pissed all over the seat. And he was like, what the fuck? What do you mean he pissed all over the seat?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like he pissed all over himself. Like he couldn't hold it anymore.
Yeah.
But that was one of the times where I was like, oh shit, like this guy fucking pissed all over himself.
That's so funny, bro.
It's crazy how many times that actually happens, bro, to drivers.
Oh, yeah,
bro.
bro.
There's times where you just can't, like,
You can't do shit.
you can't pull over, bro, and like say you fucking ate Chipotle or Taco Bell, and you're
That
just like,
part.
it just fucking comes out, and you're
Bro.
just like, oh shit.
Me salió, way, and I remember that was the worst.
To this day in the group chats, it's always if someone wants to try to make fun of him or whatever, they're like, "Oh, well, you shit yourself."
Yeah, bro. They always send it like a video,
Shit
like
napkins out the window?
bro.
Chipotle?
And then Chipotle napkins, bro. And I remember,
I'm gonna change your contact to Chipotle napkin.
Chipotle Los.
Chipotle Lows.
But bro, I remember that happened, and then all the homies always bug me. They're like, "Imagine, fool, you're driving next door and fucking truck, and then you're just driving, then there's shit, just napkin. You try
On the
cleaning it,
windshield?
just shit everywhere." I'm like, "Yeah, that's probably me." But
It happens. It happens more than you think, bro. For real,
Yeah,
honestly.
I was in a shitty situation. It sucked.
Literally.
Oh man, holy fuck! Yeah, this cold water is hidden, brother.
Bro, honestly, and I haven't even. I still have half.
Yeah, I think I'm.
It was actually on what do they call it again?
What are they called?
Beatbox, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This is another off-camera situation.
yeah, bro.
guess
You're
so.
How long was I gone, dog?
You're
He
upstairs.
came in and he was drinking a beatbox. I'm like, damn, you wild because I've
Oh,
seen.
the little milk carton
Yeah,
alcohol
I,
thing.
Yeah.
I was telling him like I seen on my feeds before where like homies drink that and they're just like twisted after. I'm like,
Fuck yeah.
Bro, well, she wanted one. I was like, fuck it, like we'll get one. I'll loosen it because I told you I was fucking nervous. I was
Yeah.
like, you know, that's why I texted you. I was like, you want me to buy some beer? Because
I was like, fuck it, if you want.
I was nervous, bro. I was like, fuck it, like I'll just loosen up a little bit. And she told me to get that. She wanted to try it.
Yeah.
And I chugged it, and I was like, oh, instantly, bro. I was like, oh shit.
Oh man, okay, man.
And these don't make it any better.
Oh, bro, these cold waters are crazy. I'm telling you. And I'm just sipping on Modelo. We got Henny if you want to get into that.
No,
But,
fuck, I'm good.
fourth baby. You're truck driving, bro. You're growing your family. Your TikTok is starting to blow up. Your social media presence is starting to blow up. I'm sorry. Have you ever? I don't want you to say the number if you're not comfortable with it though. But have you already received your first like TikTok deal, brand deal, or something in that nature?
Yeah. So with the thing with TikTok is before, I think it was last year, they were paying decent. It wasn't. Me personally, I don't think it was livable.
Mm-hmm.
It was good. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like where you're like, oh, I don't need a fucking like I'm fucking balling.
yeah.
But the brand deals is where it's at with TikTok.
Yeah.
So if you're getting brand deals on TikTok, you're making pretty good money. And I've got my first big brand deal with Verizon. I did a video with Verizon where I came out here and I shot a video for Verizon and I posted it on my TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the first checks where I kind of was like, oh shit, like
You can
Tight.
actually.
yeah, like these companies actually pay that much for you to post a fucking video. Like,
Okay, and then is there any? We kind of answered this, I think, off cameras, but is there any influencer or someone that you would love to collab with? Now that you're becoming a social media presence, I feel like you're at that level. But like, who is that guy where I know it's or girl that you're obviously like still early on into your influencer game? Because I feel, how long have you been doing like social media like strong where
Like,
it's
where you're
like
taking
going
it serious?
crazy? Yeah.
since 2020.
So you're 3 years. Which
Yeah.
You're pretty.
Freshly into 3.
I mean, yeah, you're pretty already. You know what I mean? It's obviously established.
Yeah, TikTok for 3 years for sure. YouTube barely since not even a year.
Okay.
On YouTube.
Gotcha. So who is that like influencer where you're like, excuse me, holy shit, cold water. Shout out to you, sponsor us. Who is that influencer, bro? That when you get that DM, when you get that follow, when you get that collab, whether either it's content or you could just simply build a relationship with, who is that like influencer that you potentially would do like content business with that you would love to do?
I feel like it would have to be. It'd have to be FaZe Rug.
FaZe Rug?
I don't know. You know who FaZe Rug is, right?
Yeah, I know him.
FaZe Rug, especially because that's his favorite guy. He's commented on our stuff before. I feel like
wow.
if there was one like super big influencer that I would love to do something with, it would probably have to be
FaZe Rug.
Yeah, it would have to be FaZe Rug.
And then as far as FaZe Rug, what type of content would you like to do? as far as
But like with FaZe Rug specifically.
Yeah, if FaZe Rug were to hit you up right now, like, hey bro, let's create some content. What would that be?
I think I would have to tell him like, hey bro, let's do like probably like a eating truck stop food for 24 hours. I feel like that would be pretty good.
FaZe Rug, if you're looking at this, we got 60 million subscribers, bro. I'm letting you know we big. No, I'm just kidding. We only got we're blessed to have 3,500 on YouTube right now. But it's bro, that's really fucking tight.
And what's crazy too is that he's commented on our stuff before where I've made a video because he really loves FaZe Rug. Like he's always watching him and stuff like that.
Wow.
And I remember I made a video where I was like, oh, like let's try to get FaZe Rug to meet him. Mm-hmm. And he commented on it. He's like, how can we make this work? And I was like, oh fuck, I remember being in the line at Dutch Bros.
This guy remembers, bro.
I was like, dude, FaZe Rug commented on this, and I remember telling him, and he got super fucking excited, man.
Wow.
And I hit him up. As soon as I seen that comment, I messaged him on Instagram, but I never got a text back. So I was just kind of just like, oh shit.
Did he view it?
What's up, FaZe Rug?
Yeah, I was like, I kept trying to reach out to him, but I mean, I know he's like super busy, dude.
Of course.
So he never viewed the DM.
Yeah, he never viewed it. So I was kind of just like, like maybe he doesn't want to, maybe he just doesn't. Yeah, I don't know, but
no, I feel it. So FaZe Rug is that.
Yeah,
we have a surprise for you.
He comes out, he's like, hey,
he's been in the closet the whole time.
Have you ever seen the Ellen show?
Yeah, where they like
pop out? That? Yeah, where they pop out.
All right, bro. And then I have another interesting question for you, bro. If I feel like you're very into the truck driving content, you're very into. I feel like now you're shifting over to a lot of the food kind of stuff. Now, what other type of content would you like to experiment with? I guess you could say.
I feel like I've always told my wife that I've always wanted to like venture off to something where it doesn't have to include truck driving.
Yeah.
Where maybe I can like you said, like the food stuff, and like maybe kind of do like stuff where it doesn't have to involve truck driving, so I don't have to really be in the truck driving area. Although I do love truck driving and all that stuff, I feel like I want to be able to do different kind of content where it's like it has nothing to do with truck driving.
Like would you ever want to circle back to like the family vlog style stuff?
I would love to. I would love to. It's just that I know that like my wife, she's not comfortable being in front of camera, stuff like that. And then I feel like doing family vlogs, I feel like is kind of like,
it's a little iffy because the kids are involved.
Yeah, and then people will start saying like, "Oh, you're using the kid for the content." This and
they start saying some foul shit, bro. About the kids.
Exactly. Yeah. So I kind of like, I feel like I would love to do that, but I feel like at the moment, I feel like it's not. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't line up. Honestly. Maybe if I was in this position back in 2017,
fuck it,
it would be fucking crazy. You know, I'm sure we probably would have blew up or something, but. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
our DMs would be going unread.
Yeah. Damn, bro. Okay. Damn. I'm pretty lit right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. Honestly,
it's been a long day for me, and then these are just like
same. I'm like same
relaxation.
Man, it was a fucking stressful day too. This whole morning, getting over here. Not knowing if the Grapevine was going to be closed.
It's been closed for the past like week.
Exactly. That's why I was like, maybe I might have to take.
Oh yeah, I remember you sent me.
I might have to text close and be like, hey, dude, this shit's closed. We're gonna have to reschedule or whatever.
No, yeah, but you made it out, bro. I have another question, bro. I seen you just started your own clothing brand.
Yeah.
How? I guess how did that come about?
So I kind of just, I feel like I'm not like. It's something where I'm not putting my full energy into. It's kind of just something where I like
testing waters.
Yeah, every once in a while, just like throw in a shirt where it has to do with truck driving and stuff like that, and like they'll sell pretty good. But like I feel like it's not something where I've put my 100% focus into. But I feel like it kind of started from like just seeing how successful other people could be with merch that I was like, you know, maybe, like let me try it. Let me try it out. And I think that's kind of where it kind of started from. Yeah. Like, and then like I have this little slogan where I say "Vámonos" all the time. So I was like, maybe I'll just slap that on a shirt and just sell it. And whoever wants to fucking buy it,
we'll buy it type of shit.
Yeah. So it's never really been too serious, but like I'm coming out with something soon too right now. Some guys working with me to come out with some shirts and stuff. So.
No, that's dope, bro. I feel like once you create that social presence. You create a persona for yourself.
A brand for yourself.
Yeah,
Exactly. You create that community, and then it's way easier to, once you put out something, your core followers and fans.
Like people who actually fuck with
They
you.
want to support you in whatever you're doing. Whether
Whether it's a
brand
little
or-
sticker or whether it's fuck, dude. Speaking of, I had some fucking stickers that I was gonna give you guys, and I fucking completely forgot to bring
No,
them.
it's not good.
slap them right on the bumper of the G-Wagon.
Yeah, we can do that. No, yeah, brother. But where were we at? Okay, we're still good. All right, brother. So damn, I feel like this was amazing, bro. This was
dude.
much fun.
It feels like we've probably been recording for what, like 2 hours, and does it feels like it?
Yeah, just
About-
Doesn't even
about
feel
like an
like it.
hour and a half. But you guys have honestly been here since 8, and it's about to
8:30?
be
It's already midnight.
it's about to be midnight. So
Is there anything that you'd want your fans to know, whether it's content that you're going to do or just new things about you that you want to let your followers know?
anything in the
Or
works,
something that they can expect coming from you?
Honestly,
another baby. I know it.
no,
I
fuck
know
no.
it. I'm just kidding.
Fuck no. No, I'm kidding. No, I don't. No new baby anytime soon. No new kids anytime soon.
No, I feel it, bro. But
Honestly, I kind of feel like I just kind of ride the wave. I feel like I don't really know what's gonna happen next. I kind of just go with the flow.
kind of take it as it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like social media is always like, I don't know. I feel like I always get scared with social media because I feel like it's always like a, like
Not secure?
Yeah, like I feel like it's kind of like a stressful thing to like rely on, kind of, because you never know when the algorithm's gonna be on your favor.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just feel like it's super stressful. I kind of just ride the wave with it. Honestly.
So
Especially
continue to put out your the content that
just the
having
same-
fun with it.
Yeah, the same content that I always put out, making videos with my son, just TikToks and YouTube shorts and stuff like that. Honestly.
More podcasts.
Honestly, I would love to be on.
You will be.
on
We're-
podcast, man.
Yeah.
It's
So
a-
I'm gonna reach out to Sebas.
There's one. Yeah, I was telling you off camera. There's one podcast I would love to be on. It would be La Platica. Yeah,
Yes,
only because
so-
we've been watching them for so long that I'm like, I remember telling my girl that like one day, it's gonna happen, and I feel like I manifest things. I'm not really spiritual like that, like where
Yeah.
like manifestation and stuff like that.
You're
But I feel
opening your
like
crystals. You're like,
Holding
I have
rocks.
crystals right here and shit. No, but like I feel like I've like I didn't tell you guys this or anything, but like I remember back when I was doing YouTube with them, bro. I remember I wrote out a check to myself. I got a blank paper
Yeah.
and I wrote out a check that said from YouTube to Alex Nino, and I wrote out an amount and I put it under my bed and I just left it.
That's so.
I left it
sick.
there, bro. I left it there and I just kind of forgot about it. And then I remember when I got my first check from YouTube, I remembered me writing that and I was like, dude, did I like, is this fucking real? Like, did I just fucking like, did I actually like really fucking manifest?
it was just a
Or,
long
like-
prank. She finds it. She's like, "You got to check right here for $1 million."
yeah, bro. I don't know. I just, it's been crazy since I started YouTube,
No, yeah.
to say the least.
I feel like honestly, brother, your social media presence. I've been a fan for for over a year now, and I feel like everything that you're starting to do, bro, whether it's growing your beautiful family, whether it's being an amazing father, whether it's being an amazing content creator of content that I myself enjoy and love to consume, brother, you have a very, very bright future ahead of you, brother.
Thank
and
you,
just know, man, from the social experiment, from Matt and myself,
You got a new fan right here.
we're always going
Thanks,
to be
bro. I
supporting
appreciate
you,
it.
brother. Anything that you ever put out, anything that you ever do, bro, just know I'm always a phone call away. If there's anything I could ever help you and guide you with, just know I'm always here, my brother.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. That's what
Yeah.
I said. Like, I feel like you're the first person that out here that's actually ever like fucking showed me love out here. So I really appreciate that.
That's
man, for reals.
love, my brother. And just know it's coming very, very sincerely.
Thank you,
know
bro.
what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man. For reals.
And I feel like that's a beautiful note to end off on, man.
Thanks,
I think this episode has come to a wrap. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting. Thank you to
man.
all the new
Appreciate it,
subscribers. Thank you to all the family growing. And Alex Nino, everybody.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Thanks
you,
for having me on, man.
Let's go.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. All right. So we got a special guest. We got a little man. What's your name, buddy?
Michael
So if you want to get closer to the mic right here,
Get closer to the mic, buddy, so they can hear you.
there it is.
Nino.
You don't know más. Hell yeah. All right, man. So it's going to be a dope little segment. We're going to use this as a dope clip, man. Do you remember that video that you and your dad made that went crazy on TikTok?
Yes.
All right. How was that? How was making that video? Did your dad tell you like, mijo, come here, let's do this, or what? Did it come from you? Where like, oh, dad, let's dance or something like that?
No, I just saw it on TikTok, and me and him were like, we should do this.
Oh, for real? And then what did the video kind of consist of?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Okay, when you seen the video, you saw the video, right? What was the video doing? What was the kid in the dad or
Remember when Michael Lee and his brother were doing the one that we did?
What was
what were they doing?
Brother. Michael Lee's brother was twerking.
He was twerking? So you were like, Dad, I got to twerk.
That's part of the TikTok.
Yeah. So you were like, let's do it, Dad. And you guys did it? Did you have fun doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And honestly, bro, that video, it wasn't even supposed to go live, but I just posted it.
Yeah.
Because obviously I was doing the trucking content.
Yeah.
So it had nothing to do with what I was doing. So I kind of just posted it and I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just post it, like, whatever. Like, I'll probably just delete it in the morning or whatever, you know? And I woke up, bro, and it had over 1 million views. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, literally, that video is what changed everything, bro. After that, every single video I would post was like over 100,000, 500,000 views. And it was that video right there is what literally changed everything.
That's like what gained traction to the entire channel, essentially.
Yeah, because before that, like, I would get videos that would get hundreds and thousands of views, but then after a while, it would kind of just die down, and like my videos kind of like 16,000 views, 20,000 views. But after that specific video, I remember like December 12th. I remember that posting that video is when everything just completely changed, and it was crazy because it was just like me and him we were literally just having fun. Like we just made it, and I pretended to be her. Yeah, pretended to be her, and then it kind of just it took off, bro. And I was like, oh shit, like, you know, it's crazy. Like, this is actually really happening right now.